All right, let's dive in. Today, we're all about the Volvo EX30.
The EX30.
Yeah, it's this new electric SUV that's causing like a real stir, especially over in Italy.
Italy. Interesting.
We've got a whole bunch of Italian articles, user reviews, you name it. So we're not just going to like skim the surface with specs.
Mm.
We're going deep.
Deep dive. I like
We're
it.
figuring out why people are going crazy for this thing, how it compares to, the big players, and
Oh, yeah, I see it already. I see it coming.
why everyone's bringing Tesla into the conversation.
Tesla, always the benchmark, right? It seems like every new EV is inevitably compared to them.
Right. I mean, makes sense. They kind of set the bar in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. But what's fascinating about the EX30 is that its success is happening against a backdrop of, well, a bit of a struggle for the Italian EV market.
Yeah, you're right. One of the articles,
I think it was Articola di Maurizio Bertera, if I'm not mistaken.
that's the one. It points out that EV sales are stuck at like, what, 4% of the total market share in Italy?
Yeah, pretty low considering the global push for electrification.
And yet, this little Volvo managed to climb right to the top of the monthly sales charts. Beat out the Tesla Model Y even.
Wow, that's a significant feat, beating Tesla on their own turf, in a way.
Although, to be fair, Tesla's still the big dog overall, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Their Model 3 and Model Y combined, still dominating the Italian EV scene.
So it makes you wonder, like, what's the secret sauce with the EX30? Especially when you think about the bigger picture.
Bigger picture, yeah. I mean, that same article mentioned that the entire European EV market is kind of hitting a slow patch right now.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that.
And get this, Chinese brands are making some serious moves, gaining ground.
Interesting. So maybe the EX30 is like an early sign of something bigger.
It very well could be. It's not just about this one car, right? It's about how people are changing what they want in a car.
How those preferences are shifting.
Exactly, and how the whole industry is reacting to these new Chinese players coming in strong.
Or like shaking things up a bit.
Absolutely, and that's where these user reviews get really juicy. Take Calpurnia, for example.
Oh, yeah. What'd you have to say?
She's head over heels for the EX30. Not only does she think it's better built than a Tesla,
Better than a Tesla. That's a bold statement.
but she actually gives credit to Chinese manufacturing for, like, revitalizing European brands.
Revitalizing, huh? That's quite a claim. I mean, it's one thing to prefer, like, the features of a car, but to go as far as praising a whole manufacturing approach.
That's a whole other level, right?
What do you make of that?
Well, I think it shows that this isn't just some isolated opinion. It reflects this growing sentiment, this idea that Chinese companies are quickly becoming the leaders in car manufacturing. They're pouring resources into technology, design, quality control, all of it. And it's starting to show, big time.
So it's not just about catching up anymore.
No, not at all. It feels like they're going beyond that. There's this sense that Chinese car makers are more, I don't know, more willing to try new things, take risks.
To innovate, right?
Yeah, innovate. Whereas some of these European brands, it feels like they're kind of...
Stuck in their ways.
Yeah, like they're clinging to the old ways of doing things. They're maybe a little hesitant to step outside that comfort zone.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you have this really interesting dynamic. Volvo, this super established European brand,
A classic.
is actually benefiting from this wave of Chinese manufacturing know-how.
Right, this fusion of tradition and cutting-edge technology. It's a compelling story.
And it seems like it's working for them.
Yeah.
But hold on, we've got more reviews to dig into, right?
Yeah.
What about Marco Coletto?
Ah, yes, Marco. He's more focused on the EX30's features, less about the big picture stuff.
Okay, so what caught his eye?
He describes it as small but mighty, which is pretty fitting,
Small but mighty.
considering it's the tiniest Volvo they ever made.
Seriously, the smallest Volvo ever. Wow.
At small size, though, that could be a huge part of its appeal, especially for people driving in cities.
Makes sense. Zipping around tight streets, parking's a breeze, all that.
Right, exactly. They're prioritizing maneuverability, efficiency, all that good stuff. It's a different approach, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they're moving away from that whole bigger is better mentality that's been so dominant with SUVs.
A breath of fresh air almost. Like right-sizing the SUV concept.
And get this, Coletto even mentions this funny little detail about the front grille.
Oh, what about it?
He says it looks like a Star Wars stormtrooper helmet.
A stormtrooper helmet. I gotta
Yeah.
see that. That's hilarious.
It is, right. And it's definitely a detail that'll stick with you. It shows that Volvo's trying to inject some personality into the
A
design.
little bit of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some playfulness. A nice change from the more serious, kind of utilitarian look you get with some EVs.
Okay, so we've got this buzz, these opinions swirling around the EX30. We know people are excited, but
But now we got to get down to the nitty-gritty.
let's talk about what actually makes this thing pick. What are the standout features? You know, the stuff that makes it special.
All right, let's crack it open. Coletto and another reviewer, Massimo Grassi, they both go into some pretty good detail about that.
Perfect, let's hear it.
So the exterior, it takes cues from the bigger Volvo EX90,
Oh, the EX90. Okay, I've seen that one around.
but with this unique compact twist inside. They both highlight how spacious it is and how simple the layout is, and get this single central touchscreen controls almost everything.
Wait, hold on. A single touchscreen, like no traditional dashboard.
Nope, gone. Pretty bold move, don't you think?
That's wild. Is that even, like, practical? I mean, having everything on one screen?
Yeah, it's a big question mark. Some love it, some hate it. It's definitely a trend we're seeing more and more in EVs, this push for minimalist, digitally driven interiors.
So on one hand, super sleek, futuristic, right?
Absolutely. Clean lines, very modern.
But then I can see it being a distraction too, right? Like fumbling through menus while you're trying to drive.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. It's a design choice that definitely needs more scrutiny, more real-world testing.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's one thing to look cool, but if it's not usable.
Safety and functionality should always come first.
Exactly. All right, so we're starting to get a picture of what this EX30 is all about. But I think we got more to uncover, right? More features, more opinions, more of the good stuff.
Oh, yeah, we've only just scratched the surface. We've got a lot more to dive into.
All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to explore even deeper into the world of the Volvo EX30. Stay tuned.
Absolutely. There's much more to come. And it's not just about the tech, both Coletto and Grassi, they really emphasize the materials. Volvo's going all in on sustainability with the EX30.
Yeah, I noticed that too, like using recycled plastics, wool blends, all that.
Right? It's like a statement. They even made a point of saying no leather at all, anywhere in the car.
No leather. Wow, that's commitment. It's definitely a signal to, the eco-conscious buyer.
Absolutely. But okay, enough about looks and materials.
Right, let's talk about the actual driving. How's this thing handle on the road?
Well, you've got options. The EX30 comes with a bunch of different motor and battery combos.
Options, always good. What kind of choices are we talking about?
So there's a single motor rear-wheel drive setup. That's for the folks who are really prioritizing efficiency.
Got it, the eco-minded driver.
Exactly. And then for those who want a little more oomph, a bit more pep in their step,
A little more fun.
there's a dual motor, all-wheel drive option, more power, more performance.
Makes sense. Catering to different needs, different budgets.
Smart move, right? But let's be real, range is still the big elephant in the room for a lot of people thinking about going electric.
Yeah, no doubt. What kind of mileage are we looking at with this thing?
That's where this extended range version really shines. 480 kilometers.
480. Seriously.
Yeah, that's way more than the standard version. Puts it right up there with some of the top contenders for range.
Impressive. They're really tackling that whole range anxiety thing head on.
For sure. That peace of mind is going to be a big selling point, I bet, even if it costs a bit extra.
Makes sense. People want to know they can actually go places without stressing about running out of juice.
Exactly. Speaking of price, the EX30 starts at €35,900.
Not bad. Not bad at all, especially for a premium brand like Volvo.
Right. So how does that stack up against, say, the Tesla Model 3 or the Volkswagen ID.3?
Ooh, good question. Those are the big names in the EV game right now.
They are, and the EX30 is priced right in the thick of it. It's a bit more than a base Model 3.
Okay, so a bit pricier.
But you get a nicer interior, a little more range.
Ah, trade-offs. I see.
The ID.3 is a bit cheaper, but it doesn't quite match up in terms of range or performance.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot, right? The balance between features, performance, and what you're willing to spend.
Exactly. And in this market, with so many choices, brands need to stand out. It's not just about the tech anymore. It's about design. It's about sustainability. It's about the whole brand image.
It's about the experience.
Totally. And it makes me think about what Grassi said, how the EX30 seems to be aimed at a younger crowd.
Oh, yeah, he did mention that. Interesting. So you think Volvo's making a deliberate play here to attract, like, the next generation of drivers.
I think it's a smart move. Younger generations are more open to brands that align with their values.
Sustainability, tech innovation, all that.
Exactly. They're less concerned with tradition, more focused on what a brand represents for the future.
It's like Volvo's riding this wave, right? They've got that European brand recognition,
The heritage.
but they're also embracing these cutting-edge technologies and manufacturing techniques coming out of China.
Right. It's this fascinating blend. And hey, look at the results in Italy. Top of the sales charts.
Even in a market where EVs are struggling.
It makes you wonder if this is a sign of things to come. Will the rest of Europe follow suit?
Good question. Italy can be a trendsetter.
Definitely. And if the EX30 keeps gaining traction there, it could signal a real shift.
A shift in the whole automotive landscape.
Big time. And it raises this really interesting question about established brands like Volvo.
Yeah, how are they adapting to these new Chinese competitors? Is it a threat? An opportunity?
Maybe both. Calpurnia, she's all aboard the Chinese innovation train.
She loves it.
But it's worth asking if the average car buyer shares that enthusiasm.
Good point. I mean, there's no denying it. The influx of Chinese brands is shaking things up.
They're bringing new tech, competitive prices, a fresh perspective. It's a challenge for sure.
But could this competition actually be a good thing for the industry as a whole? I mean,
It's possible. Competition often breeds innovation. It forces everyone to step up their game.
we're already seeing collaborations between European and Chinese companies, right?
Yeah, sharing tech, expertise, it's becoming more about collaboration than just cutthroat competition.
So maybe it's not about seeing it as a threat, but more like embracing the change.
And finding ways to work together, to learn from each other. The automotive world is becoming more globalized, more interconnected.
And ultimately, it's the consumers who benefit, right?
Absolutely. More choices, better technology, hopefully a more sustainable future.
Speaking of sustainability, let's circle back to the EX30's interior for a sec.
The lack of a dashboard.
Yeah, that's the one. What are people saying about that? Is it actually a good thing? Or is it more style over substance?
It's a mixed bag, honestly. Some people love the minimalist look, the focus on the touchscreen. They say it's responsive, the layout's intuitive.
Makes sense. But it can't all be sunshine and rainbows, right? There's got to be some downsides.
There are. Some reviewers are worried about distractions.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Having to go through menus to adjust the climate control, change the radio.
Oh, you're driving?
Yeah, it could take your focus away from the road.
That's a valid concern. And what about the screen itself? Is it easy to see, easy to reach?
That seems to be a point of debate, too. Some say it's perfectly positioned, easy to glance at. Others say it's too low, too far away, like they have to look away from the road for too long.
Sounds like it's going to come down to personal preference.
Right. Some people will love it, some will hate it. You really got to get behind the wheel and see how it feels for you.
A test drive is in order.
Definitely. Reading about it is one thing, but experiencing it firsthand, that's the only way to know for sure.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Talk about performance. We know there are different motor options, but how does it actually drive?
Reviewers generally say it's agile, responsive.
Okay, so fun to drive.
The single motor version, smooth, efficient, dual motor, a bit sportier, quicker acceleration.
Sounds like they found a good balance.
Right. But let's talk real-world range.
Yeah.
Does that extended range version actually deliver?
Yeah, does it live up to the hype?
Coletto, he tested it out, said he got pretty close to the 480 kilometers in mixed driving conditions.
Not bad.
And he was especially impressed with the highway efficiency.
So they're not inflating those numbers just to lure people in.
Seems like they're being pretty honest about it. And for charging, the EX30 has DC fast charging capabilities.
Fast charging, that's key. What does that translate to in real-world time?
You can go from 10% to 80% in about 26 minutes with a compatible charger.
Okay, so not revolutionary, but it's keeping pace with the competition.
Exactly. But here's a thought. We've talked about all these great features, the specs, the performance,
We have.
but I'm not getting a sense of what truly makes this car special. What makes it stand out?
I know what you mean. It's like it ticks all the boxes, but
But it's not really pushing any boundaries.
it's not making a statement.
Right. In a market that's constantly innovating, I wonder if that'll hold it back in the long run.
Maybe they're playing it safe, appealing to the widest audience possible.
Could be. But I think in this game, boldness is rewarded.
Taking risks.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see how Volvo positions the EX30 moving forward.
Yeah, will they find that unique identity? Or will it get lost in the sea of other EVs?
Only time will tell. But okay, let's zoom out again. Back to the big picture. This whole idea of China's influence on the car industry.
Yeah, it's coming up.
What are your thoughts on that? It's clear they're not just a manufacturing hub anymore, right?
Definitely not. They're a force to be reckoned with.
They're driving innovation in electric vehicles, autonomous driving, connected car tech.
And they're not afraid to experiment. Try new things.
Exactly. They're not just following trends, they're setting them.
It's changing the whole game. Traditional car companies are having to adapt.
Big time. It's amazing how quickly things have changed, you know? Remember when Chinese cars were seen as, like, cheap knockoffs?
I do. And now look at them. Winning awards, breaking records.
It's pretty remarkable. It shows their ambition, their ingenuity.
And it raises some big questions. How will this reshape the global automotive landscape in the long run? Can the traditional players keep up?
Lots to think about. And most importantly, what does this mean for us, the drivers?
That's the key question, right?
It's a lot to unpack. No one has all the answers yet.
It's exciting, but a little daunting too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're on the verge of a major transformation.
And it's happening fast.
I think it's important to approach all of this with curiosity, with an open mind.
Be willing to learn, to adapt.
And to challenge our assumptions. The future of mobility might look nothing like what we're used to.
All right, well said. So we've covered a lot of ground today, the EX30, the changing industry, China's rise. But I want to leave you with one final thought. And it's a big one. So picture this. It's 5 years down the road. What's the car market look like? Are we all cruising around in these Chinese-made electric cars? Are the Volvos of the world still in the game?
It's a fun thought experiment, isn't it? I mean, considering all the trends we've talked about.
The innovation, the changing tastes, the tech.
Yeah, all of it. It's safe to say that in 5 years, things are going to look pretty different on the roads.
Kind of mind-blowing, right? Will our cars be driving themselves? Will we even own them anymore? Will they all look like something out of a sci-fi movie?
So many possibilities. That's what makes this such a fascinating time to be following the car world. We're right on the edge of this huge transformation.
It feels like it.
And the decisions we make now, whether we're talking about buying a car, investing in a company, or even making policies, those decisions are going to shape the future of driving for a long time.
Okay, no pressure then.
No pressure at all. But I think the key is to approach this with, like, a sense of informed optimism.
Informed optimism. I like that.
Yeah, there are definitely challenges ahead, but there are also these amazing opportunities for innovation, for working together, for moving forward.
I'm with you on that. Things are
Why?
changing fast, but let's be smart about how we navigate it all.
Exactly. And let's not forget, at the end of the day, this is all about people.
It is.
Cars are more than just machines. They're part of our lives. They connect us to the world. They reflect who we are and what we care about.
They say a lot about us.
So as we move into this new era of mobility, let's keep that human element at the forefront.
What kind of future do we want to create?
Exactly. How can we use all this technology to make our lives better, to improve our communities, to protect the planet? These are the big questions.
Big questions indeed.
And if we approach them with curiosity, with a willingness to think outside the box, and with a spirit of collaboration, I think we can create a future where driving isn't just about getting from point A to point B.
It's about something more.
It's about enriching lives and building a better world for everyone.
Well said. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into the Volvo EX30. Hope you enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, and hopefully you learned something new along the way.
And hey, keep those wheels turning.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep imagining what the future of driving might hold. It's an exciting time to be a part of it all.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh,
Until next time.
safe travels.